what America should do to pay back its debt to China. One of the children suggested, kill everyone in China. Kimmel cracked up upon hearing this comment and remarked that it was an interesting idea. Kimmel later brought up the comment again, yelling, "Should we allow Chinese to live?" Concluding the show in even more outrageous laughter. While Mr. Kimmel later claimed that his comment was for entertainment purposes only, his insincere apology showed that he was completely oblivious to the implications of his comments. Mr. Kimmel thinks that it is weird, but a lot of people are upset over his comments. In the apology issued by the American broadcast company, it neither acknowledged the misconduct of the joke nor addressed the issue of violence. Neither Mr. Kimmel nor ABC fully accepted the responsibilities and implications for their inappropriate actions. Ethnic cleansing and genocide are among the biggest crimes against humanity. Encouraging genocide is no laughing matter. And worse yet, endorsing genocide in front of young kids is even more unacceptable. It teaches our innocent children that it is okay to kill an entire ethnic group. It is okay to use violence. We have seen too much school-related violence in this nation. If such irresponsible behaviors of the media are not stopped, who knows when the next heartbreaking Sandy Hook tragedy will happen again. A show promoting hatred, racism, violence, and delivering toxic messages to our next generation is not a joke. It crossed the bottom line of our civilized society. Enough is enough. Yeah. We live in a society in which we take responsibilities for our own actions. If ABC does not take actions, we will stand up to express our voices. We gather here today to respectfully demand American Broadcast Company to: number one, issue a public apology on air and on all of its websites, acknowledging that it was wrong to allow uninterrupted broadcast of the October 16, 2013 episode. Number two, immediate dismissal of Mr. Kimmel and publicly explain the reason behind such actions. Number three, publish specific procedures and institute training programs to ensure such incidents do not happen again. It is time to say no to racism. It is time to say no to violence. It is time for the public to join us in the fight against the irresponsible promotion of violence and racial discrimination on national television. Together, we will preserve America as a civilized nation of equality for us and for all of future generations. And today, happily, we have three community leaders joining us in our to express our voices. And now, please let me introduce our first speaker, Dr. Juanita Wallace. Dr. Juanita Wallace is the president of the Dallas branch of National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP. She is also here today with the first vice president of the Dallas branch of NAACP, Mr. Charles Tolliver. Founded in 1909, NAACP is the nation's oldest and largest civil rights organization. Its objectives include informing the public discrimination, achieving equality of rights, and eliminating race prejudice among the citizens of the United States, and ensuring the political, educational, social, and economic quality of rights of all persons. Please join me to welcome Dr. Juanita Wallace.
We're too often familiar with this kind of discrimination, and we will not tolerate it. We will not tolerate it for anyone, because we have to understand that the NAACP stands for National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. When we say colored, black, white, red, yellow, polka dot, green, and black, we will not tolerate that. As mentioned prior to my coming, this is the oldest civil rights organization in America. Not only in America, we have one branch in Germany and we have one branch in Japan. We have 12,000 branches, over 500,000 members. So the bottom line is we are very relevant, we're still growing, and we invite you to become a part. But even with that being said, we cannot tolerate those kind of racist remarks. Once again, we've heard it time after time. We've seen it. When you think about the word prejudice, you have to think about a way a person feels. We can't change the way they feel, but when they discriminate, it is against the law. And we can change that. So as we look at what is being said and what is being done, we cannot stand by and allow it to happen, no matter who it happens to. We do know for a fact that oftentimes people make comments without thinking it through. They have got to be sensitized to the feelings of other people of different ethnic groups. And that's what we work for on a regular basis. It's this kind of comments that eventually lead to actions. And with actions, we've had too much hate, too much crime, we've had too much violence in this country. We are here to say today, we will not absolutely tolerate this kind of inflammatory comments that could lead to violence. As we look at the actual thing that you can do, we looked at just a plain, simple strategy. And you probably already have thought of it. But you look at what is your goal? What is it that you want to do? Look at the various organizations that have the same common mission that you have and get with them. Look at your constituents, which happens to be your people out here that's not going to tolerate this. But you also have to look at your opponents, because you learn from your opponents. Then you decide on what the target is and you go for it. The tactics are always aligned with the targets. So the bottom line is, as I say to you today, we are here to stand with you as a Dallas branch NAACP, as a president of the NAACP, and anything that we can do to help you to get rid of this kind of arrogance, whatever it may be. And then I saw a sign that says, what would Martin Luther King say about this? Well, if you know his story and you know about him, he said everyone should be judged by the character and the content of their character and not by the color of their skin. And that's what I fight for, that's what I stand for, and I am here with you to support you in any way that we possibly can. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Juanita Wallace, very much for your powerful speech. As Dr. Wallace said, we have this nation, we have zero tolerance for racial discrimination and inequality. Thank you again. Our next speaker will be Ms. Margaret Tsai. Ms. Tsai is the president of the DFW, Asian American Citizen Council, AACC. Ms. Tsai is well known for her years of service to our local Asian community. The mission of the DFW AACC is to promote
shut that because if I watched Kimmel, I watched that episode. I watched home. My kids over there with water. Like that's like that little Wilson movie take out niggas off the road. Kill him. I'm married to a black man, so y'all need to.
Our organization has a mission. Our organization, our key mission is to drive the awareness. We want all of you to come over, to join, to vote, to get us united. In a democracy, voting is a way for our view to be heard and to be able to impact changes. If we as a group, we come out to vote, and those politicians, they will hear our voice. They can no longer ignore us. You know, a lot of times in our community, we care about education a whole lot more than anything else. That's how we be able to be here today a lot of times. But it is a time. Everything has a time. There is a time for everything. There's a time for planting. There's a time to uproot. There's a time to tear it down. And there's a time to build. I want to call your attention. Don't let this kind of tide hit you again. You need to go in front before anything hit us. Come out, join us, DFW AACC. Come out to vote. Drive awareness. Whoever you know, have a citizen. When your kids turn 18, tell them to register to vote. Participate. To let the fellow American to know us, and we'll be able to communicate with them equally. Here, I have voter registration form right here. I hope by this call, what happened today, we need to come out to exercise our privilege, and it is our right. So not only people here can hear us, people in DC, White House can hear us. So here is the voter registration. Come join me. Next time, when we're gathering again, we will celebrate what we have accomplished, what we have conquered. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Margaret Tsai, very much. As Ms. Tsai has remarked, voting and also standing up here to express our voice are very important ways in order to achieve a better future. Alright, now our next speaker will be Ms. Alice Zhang. Mrs. Zhang is the mother of an adorable daughter. We will hear her concerns for the future of her child as a parent. Please welcome Mrs. Alice Zhang.
Hi everyone, I'm Alice Zhang. My 6-year-old daughter, Juanita, is with me today. Speaking for myself, I have to say that after living in the United States for 7 years, I hardly recall personal experience that I felt being racially discriminated, and I have to say that the vast majority of Americans that I have met in the real life are open-minded and friendly. I also chose to become a citizen of the United States since I really love the country and I love to work and live in this diversified environment just like every one of you. As a mom, we do our best to nurture our children. We teach them good values, guide them in the right direction when they make mistakes. We protect them from all the harm. Before they are are mature enough to protect themselves. I thought national media is in the same page as the entire community on the basic value and moral, but ABC proved me wrong. On October 16th, during the Kids Roundtable show, Kimmel and ABC Network have an ethical responsibility to edit out racial and hate speech content. Instead, by airing the show, ABC Network gives the impression to those young children that participate in the show and the viewing public that killing Chinese is an idea worthy of the consideration, and that one can solve problems through ethnic cleansing. Today, I chose to stand here as one of the million moms in the United States to say no to ABC's manipulation of children to further their own agenda, and say no to ABC Network's promotion of hate speech and violence to the public. Little kids are particularly receptive to such signals and tend to practice when they see on TV. If such behaviors go unpunished, the Chinese kids, or maybe the kids of other minority backgrounds, will more likely become targets of such racial discrimination-based bullying. Kids are particularly sensitive and vulnerable. Our responsibility is to create an environment that protects our kids as much as possible from the race-based. We demand ABC to issue a sincere public apology and dismiss Kimmel to show kids that it's wrong to promote or practice racial discrimination. We need all media learn from it and teach kids to love, not to hate. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Alice Zhang, really much for standing up and representing the millions of parents in America in order to protect the future generation. And now, it is time to march. It is time to march against violence, march against racism, march for our kids, and march for a brighter future. Please repeat after me. No hate speech. Teach kids to love, not to kill. Alright, please follow the American national flag and we will go march. Please be careful when crossing the streets and please be with your kids at all times. 过马路的时候请注意安全，请看管好你们的小孩，谢谢。